Okay, boys and girls, today you're going to take a seat, or we're going to take a look at a seat anyway. And this is the seat out of the Tesla Model Y. And this is a very unusual situation where this is the first time on any part of the Teslas that we've seen that something is common throughout every Tesla. So if we go in tight here, we can see that this little tag right here is telling us that this is good for the Tesla S, X, 3, and Y. So all of the different seats have the same seat frame. Now this is a brilliant idea because now what you get is a economy of scale. Now other companies like Ford and Chrysler and whatnot have also done it, but this is a good option for Tesla. Tesla made a smart move here, and that's what we like to see. So we're going to talk about the seat safety. This is the most litigious of all of the components that are inside of a car because lawyers love seats. If they break free, they like to sue whoever the company is and try and make them as much money as they can. So you'll find that these things go through lots and lots and lots of testing. The requirements are pretty stiff and arduous. So when you're talking about safety, then what we have to do is start looking at some of the things that happen with a product like this, and we're going to look at the three things that are the most important that you've probably never seen. Everyone's seen the seat belt, but maybe what you haven't seen is this component right here. This is the airbag that fits in the side of the seat right here, and should there be a side intrusion, then this is going to expand real quick and keep you away from being crushed by the door. This is to protect your shoulder, your arm, and basically from your shoulder down. Then when this goes off, or about the same time that goes off, this little doodad right here, let me spin this around. This right here is the anchor pretensioner, and you'll see that it has its own actuator. When this goes off, this thing pulls down quickly, and that keeps you from having problems with whiplash and other little problems. This is also pyrotechnic, so you see there's lots of bombs basically in your car. These are all pyrotechnic kind of products. So now what we're looking at is the pre-pretensioner. And the pre-pretensioner also goes off with a little bit of excitement. And these two functions right here are basically the two connectors that bring it into a state where that seat belt is going to come and it'll be holding you in place for sure. So these three things that you see are the three things that basically are keeping you safe when you're in your seat and keep you from being damaged by side intrusion for sure. Everything here is geared towards safety. So now we've had a little look at that. Let's have a look at something that's not quite as dramatic. So along here, you'll see that there's what we call a hem. And the hem used to be just a raw edge of steel, but now we try and take care of the operators a lot more. So this costs a lot, but it's good because the operators can't cut their hands on it. So we also see the same sort of technology being used on heat shields and other things that used to basically just be put out after stamping. Not much on it. Let's move to the cushions. So in the trade, this is called the bag. We would look at it as a cover for a seat. And let's look at the difference between what we used to have and what we have now. In the olden days, instead of having a rod here like this and these little inserts, you can see them right here, where it would snap into position. These used to have a bar in them, and what the operator would do was from the back side would shove a gun in and pull it, and it would pop out things they're called hog rings, and they were nasty, looked like a U-nail that would go around this and hold the trim in place. Nowadays, we don't do that anymore. We tried proposing this again when I was Ford, but unfortunately Ford was in the process of outsourcing, and so we kind of lost that track. But these pockets right here, this fluffy material, it clamps right into what you see over here. This is called dual lock, and by putting this into the dual lock, that holds the configuration of the seat so that you get these crisp, defined lines that people like when they're looking at their car. So what we did when I was at Ford was we came up with a way of robotically assembling these seats. And we're going to show you a little video, probably going to be right at the side of my face here, and show you how we did at least one of the parts, which was the seat back, which would eliminate all of the labor. So in essence, a lot has come along in a long way for seats and the design of seats. Let me show you the other two common ways of manufacturing seats. So this is what we call stamped construction. This is tubular construction, and this is cast construction. And this is made out of magnesium, which is one of my favorite materials for crash. And this die casting basically is about half the weight of this one. So this one here is 1.6 kilos, and this one is 2.7 kilos. If I'm looking for weight reduction and basically lots of attachments and features and functions, this is the way I'd go. But and this would be my last choice. The problem is that the people who manufacture seats are not really the OEMs as a rule. So usually what happens is you'll get one of these three different styles from a supplier. It'll get locked in and it stays there forever. There's nothing wrong with this design, or this design from a safety standard, but they have different costs. This one has high investment costs, lots of investment costs on this, but steel's cheap. But it weighs more. The investment costs go down, but the cost of labor goes up, and the tolerances goes all over the map. This comes out of the mold and it's ready to use. So I'm a fan of this kind of thing. This is probably number 2, and this is my least favorite. So anyways, I would like to also remind you that we are selling stuff, and so you're going to be seeing a banner that comes on below us that'll direct you to the right person for buying reports. We will have these things out here shortly. Some stuff is already completed, and we would like to serve you with our best report ever, I think. So tip those cashiers. We'll talk to you later. Have a great day. So long.